沉睡的人心潮澎湃，热血流过动脉。别让梦想带着遗憾醒来。总有人被世界淘汰，总有人被记载，在这尔虞我诈的舞台，挺过来。初心人才，坎坷不算失败，不负时代，人生没有彩排，起落都精彩，磨难用双手推开，全力去对待，豁出去才痛快，看我和命运谁厉害。
So you believe Magic Crystal could survive? I have no confidence in Xinchang. He should learn to invest in people. Xinchang is still a child messing around. It's hard to decide.
Whatever it is, the new internet revolution has just begun. It turned out to be a big cake, but the big question is, how do we share it? I've been generous. Remember Na Lan and Guo Xinnian? They came to me first. If I had issued them a 50 million yuan check right away, then we both should be...
Then we should be having a fight right now. I've been fishing for so long, but you have taken all the fish with just your net. That's not right.
It's so quiet. Seeing all of them like this, it's making me sad.
Well, we're used to this setup.
You should also take some rest.
I'm waiting for Li Benteng's call.
Let's take turns. You can take over again in 2 hours. Get some rest.
I appreciate that.
I think Guo Xinnian was right when he talked to me about his role. Magic Crystal will only be successful if he was in charge of it. I suggest, leave him alone even for a while. He might get overwhelmed.
This is really good.
Well, you wouldn't show up if it wasn't.
Is Magic Crystal off the App Store? Can't believe it really happened. You should have at least woken me up so I had the chance to say goodbye. Yang,
Huh?
close the accounts. I'll be responsible for whatever's going to happen next. Guys, I'm grateful for all of you. For all the long hours that you gave. Not just to the product, but also to me to make this dream come true. Know that I am proud of all of you. Very proud. Thank you. This is nothing. It's like what I always say. The world we live in is driven by all our goals and dreams. So please, do me a favor. When people ask you to describe me, if they ask what kind of a man Guo Xinnian is, tell them he does not rest. He doesn't give up easily. He won't ever quit. Do you know why? Because he's a man with a dream. Mr. Lee, what are you doing here?
I delivered a check for you. Join us here. Magic Crystal downloads are crazy high. Come, look.
Guo Xinnian, Mr. Lee came here so early, and his first task of the day was to deliver money to you.
Don't worry about it. The money has nothing to do with Keelan. It came out of my own pocket. I have a proposal. Let's have separate investments. I on Magic Crystal, you in Circum. Whoever earns profits has to share half with the other person. So the entire cake goes to both our pockets.
We can't get him off the market without ample legal basis.
You promised me!
What promise is that?
3 days ago, we talked over the phone. It was clear when you said Magic Crystal was being removed from the App Store. But how come you never mentioned to me that apparently there's legal risk involved? After the upgrade, they got 14 million more downloads. Is that what you wanted, huh?
Of course. The number of downloads is one factor we should consider.
Explain it to me.
It turned out to be a very popular software. And they have over 10 million downloads now. With that kind of success, we can't get it off the market yet.
Let me tell you something. This is dangerous software that's actively stealing from the state property.
It's also infringing on intellectual property.
Are you willing to take all those legal risks?
We've done our research in business law. We've looked into it, and there has been no precedent on any of this. There's also no regulation about it.
You're letting them break the law with what you're saying!
You can sue Magic Crystal for copyright infringement, or even plagiarism, and it'll be your word against their word. The court has to give that decision.
Say we take this matter to the court. Aren't you afraid the 14 million users who take it out on you?
That is, of course, if the court decides.
You think the court will dismiss the allegations?
We will follow what the court and law say.
You can have a million interpretation of the law, but you have to remember you're going against a service provider that has over 1 billion users, and you're choosing to side with a startup software that has only 1 million downloads to date. You should seriously reconsider. When we're done with the lawsuit, I'll sue you for intentionally breaking the law.
In that case, our team will just wait for the court orders, and we will plan our next steps accordingly.
Mr. Ryan wants to see you.
Good morning!
Good morning. You've been sleeping the entire day. I've got good news for you since you're up. I'm looking at the graph and it shows 30 million Magic Crystal downloads.
You're just exaggerating. I just checked myself. It's only at 26.
There has been a 10 million increase in one day. That is quite something. Come and have breakfast. With what's happening now, I think you need to hold a board meeting. Decisions have to be made about a few things.
Decisions like?
Handling the 50 million check for Mr. Lee. We've spent his given money. We should give him something in return. Have you thought about what to do with the lawsuit? Magic Crystal's secured. It won't be kicked off the App Store. But there's still a lot to do.
Okay, let's eat first.
And there's one other crucial thing. What do we do with Huawei?
What do you suggest?
My suggestion? Let's give him options. We can offer him a percentage of shares for working a certain amount of years. We'll exhaust his skills year by year. He has to sign an exclusive contract, so he can't work with competitor companies out there, because if he does, we are going to sue him for it. After staying for a few years, the company will have to let him go, because by then, his skills will already be outdated. We'll be sure he will not pose as a threat to you.
I don't think so. He's here to offer me some help. That would be a cruel way to treat him.
Guo Xinnian, I don't think you're fit to be Magic Crystal CEO anymore.
Oh?
I think you need a professional manager. Someone who can manage everything for you. Someone who's always loyal to you. Someone that you can truly trust.
And is that you?
Of course. Who else can it be? I've thought all about this. If there's anything troubling you, you can hand those over to me. I will deal with them for you. I can see very clearly there's a crisis at hand, and you're not the best person who can handle it.
You're right, there are issues. I've told you so many times. You should already resign from your job at Rofis. Look at yourself, you're being paid over there while being a shareholder with us, then you worry about all of these at once. That doesn't really sound good, you know?
If you agree and let me be the CEO, I will resign from my job at Rofis right now.
Well, let me finish my breakfast first. Then I'll take a good nap and think things through some more.
There's no need for that. There's no better candidate besides me. Not unless you're thinking of another candidate. Na Lan, right? She does give you great advice. You've been out with her for an entire day, and you haven't even called me once. Were you planning on not coming back? Sure. She's a worthy candidate. She was able to get you 50 million yuan in one day.
That's enough, please. Can I please just finish my breakfast in peace?
Go ahead.
Thank you. I can finish all of this.
I have 100 million yuan ready for investment here. What do you think?
This R&D looks promising. I believe we still have a lot of things to discuss with Xinchang. These are still human-operated, if you know what I mean.
I've been thinking we should put him to a test. I'll ask 3 questions, and if he's wrong, take 20 million off the investment.
What if he failed all 3 questions? Do we still invest the 40 million?
We will. After all, this is all part of the plan.
Mr. Warren!
Hello, Mr. Tsin.
Nice to see you, Xinchang. How's it going so far? Are you hiring already?
Yes, for a while now. We've more than enough people at Circom, so I transferred them here. Please, have a seat.
All right.
What brings you here, Mr. Wyan? Are you planning on venturing into communications?
Not exactly. We at e-commerce get attacked by brick-and-mortar stores all the time. We have so much on our hands already. I'm here today to express my interest in the development of new software.
Oh?
I reviewed your plans, and I wanted to see if there was an opportunity for us to work together.
You said you reviewed the plans. So you know the story behind this R&D center, built in collaboration with our chosen service provider. We manage this place as partners, of course.
If you don't mind, I have a few simple questions.
Go ahead.
My first question is, when you develop a new product, do you discuss it with your partner service provider first, or do you launch it to the market right away?
Discuss with the service provider, of course. They're our strategic partner, and also the reason why the R&D center exists.
Coming from my first question, you mentioned that instead of launching directly to the market, offering it to partners is your preferred action. Have you thought that perhaps you're not realizing its full potential?
We still need to rely on our partners. They have a comprehensive system for charging to maximize profits. If we choose differently, we'll end up like those free software developers on the internet. That wouldn't make sense.
So you're saying developing free software is pointless?
I don't see how free software can help, other than disrupting the order in society. I agree with the technical revolution, but someone must lead that revolution. Or don't revolt at all. Because it will be filled with gangs without central leadership. Once our R&D center gathers enough info, we will take them all down.
I see. And for my third and final question, who will lead the R&D center? Who will be in charge? Do you have somebody in mind already?
Well, of course we have someone.
Who is it?
I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
Confidential even to your shareholders?
We're still negotiating. It's not yet confirmed. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How much are you planning to invest?
Based on the preliminary board discussions, we'd like to invest 40 million yuan.
$40 million?
That's right.
I'm surprised you're only investing that much. Are you having any concerns about me or our service provider?
Well, I believe trust builds gradually. It's a process. You've just started, and we're not there yet. That's true. 40 million is not that big, but it should be enough for you to start. If you manage to come up with a new product, then we will reevaluate. We can meet again and discuss further.
I heard Mr. Lee might invest in us as well.
Is that so?
But you talked to us first. We were hoping that you'd consider making a higher offer. It is our biggest project to date, and we're confident about the future turnouts.
How odd. According to my source, he invested in Magic Crystal.
He already invested? He could lose all that money!
That's his problem. Think about my offer, Xincheng. I better get going.
This way, please.
Is Huace here?
This is a shareholders' meeting. He's not a shareholder.
Whose idea is it not to invite him? Was it yours or Mr. Guo's?
I sent the meeting invitations. I don't think he should be in this meeting with us. What's your point?
What I asked was it your idea or Mr. Guo's idea?
It was my idea. I wanted to see all the shareholders gathered today to discuss important developments in the company. Is Na Lan joining us?
She has things to attend to at work. She can't join us. We'll just give her updates.
All right. Let's begin the meeting then. First on our agenda for today is the 50 million.
My suggestion is, let's count them as shares.
I disagree. There's a lot more potential if we look into Magic Crystal's current downloads. It exceeded our initial projections. We have to evaluate what's next. If we count all of Mr. Li's money as shares, he'll be getting too good of a deal.
I agree. We can count it as debt for now.
I object. You can count it as your debt, but not mine.
I object as well. We cannot handle another financial crisis in the company. Luke and I will go crazy and run around butt naked if that happens again.
Did it not go well? I already booked a trip for you to Hong Kong. Your father wants you there for your grandma's Memorial Day.
What is with you two? Did you spend all of your money? Did you guys get a luxury car or a big house?
Yang said that she needed a boob job. It's quite expensive. What's so funny? Boob jobs are expensive.
That's funny, a boob job.
Which is more important, Magic Crystal or a boob job?
I think they are both important.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be sarcastic.
But you are being sarcastic right now. What do you want, huh? What have you done? You talk about Magic Crystal every single time. Do you even represent it? Have you lost your job like us? We were sending out resumes every day. In less than 2 months, we lost our jobs again, living in constant fear and almost got hit by a car. We've been working so late through the night that our eyes were red. Tell me, what did you do, huh?
You're right. I haven't done anything. But you are taking money from people's hard work just because of some boob jobs? I'm a shareholder. And I object.
That's not my point. I'm not talking about boob jobs here, okay?
But that's what we were talking about right now.
My point is your contribution in Magic Crystal from the very start. Do you even represent it? Huh?
You're right, I don't. But do you think you can?
At least I worked for it from the start, unlike you who didn't. You don't belong here.
What is wrong with me? You just want to make lots of money. You think everything's easy? If you want to eat meat, you should at least fatten up the pig.
You think I see this as easy? If it hadn't been for Li Bantang, we would all be discussing how to deal with the bankruptcy right now. How do we pay back so much debt? Huh? What are our means? Do we follow our boss's advice that Luca and I should sell our blood, kidneys, and cornea for this? Should we sell our bones to medical schools after we die from working so hard? I just want some assurance that I will be fine from now on. Why is that so unreasonable?
If you're gonna be unreasonable, I have nothing else to say.
So I'm the one being unreasonable now? I am the most reasonable person here! I was right at that corner, waiting for Li Bantang. I fell asleep there. Do you know what I dreamed about that night?
You were dreaming about boob jobs?
I want to slap you so hard right
Calm
now!
down.
Get away now! I was lying right there, and I fell asleep. I dreamed that Luca and I got married. But we have nothing left in our hands. Not even a single penny. We rented our apartment and we're struggling to pay for our debts. That was my dream. Do you know that? It almost became a reality.
Yang!
What just happened? What happened? Why did she run away?
Did you hear what she said?
I don't know.
Oh, I
All right,
it's
come.
good to see you.
All right, good. Come on.
All right,
You're here
drink
too?
up.
Come on.
Oh, yes, I drink up.
All right.
All
Come
right.
on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Some food too, all right? Eat lots.
Oh, look, here comes the dim sum.
Finally.
I'm starving.
today.
A lot of food.
Go on, eat your food.
Here, have another helping.
Come on. Try this.
I want some too, Grandpa.
All right then. Help yourself with your
Here you
food,
go.
you kids. Don't bother your grandpa from eating.
Listen, after eating, I will give you a red packet. Huh?
Thank you, Grandpa.
Go and play. Go and play. Go ahead.
Come on, let's go play. Okay.
All
but
right,
you have to
it's been a while since we last met.
Hey! Stop! Wait! Stop running so
Hey, brother, you are doing well in the mainland. What are you working on?
Leave me alone, sister-in-law. It's a pain doing business in the mainland.
I heard that you're involved in a lawsuit this time. Remember, I told you to just invest in the stock market. It's easier to make money, plus you're just staying at home. I was thinking, maybe I should introduce you to a stockbroker. This person I know is quite good.
I have no interest in the stock market. Don't worry about me, sister-in-law. I'm just fine.
We are so worried about your lawsuit, that's why she's talking about stocks. By the way, how about I introduce you to this feng shui master? Some casino owners in Macau are big fans. I promise he is great. It will shield you from trouble and bring you good fortune.
Don't bother. I can handle my own problems. To our health. Cheers to our health.
Come on, children. Grandpa's handing out red packets.
I want a red packet.
Go ahead and join the others, okay? Go ahead and just eat. This is fresh. Come on.
Grandpa. Oh, wow, red packet.
Oh, you are going to school.
Thank you,
Here you go.
Grandpa.
I will give you 2.
Oh, thank you so
Here
much.
you go. You get 2. Spend it wisely.
Yes, Grandpa.
All right.
Do I get
2 for
one?
you. Study hard, eh? Well, I can see that we are scattered all over the world.
Go over there.
Some of you are doing business overseas. Others live overseas.
Yes, that's right.
It's only on the Memorial Day that we get to see each other. Mm-hmm. It's a happy occasion, right?
Right.
Come on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very good pours.
Cheers.
Dad, I don't think I'm needed here. I should probably go.
What's the hurry? Stay with me for a few more days. It's your grandma's Memorial Day. We have directors from big money groups. We'll have dinner with them. You are no longer a child. You should at least get close with your relatives.
There's nothing to talk about. I've no interest in chatting with everyone here.
Guo Xinnian, tell me I'm right in that argument. Yang wants a boob job. Now she gets emotional when we don't take her seriously. She doesn't have the right to act like that. Xu Jiaying was proud that Magic Crystal was developed by a small team. Apple was developed in a garage before it became big. Where's Apple's office now? Still in the garage? It's not that they're unreasonable. It's that they're attacking me personally.
Don't get all worked up. Just calm down.
Of course I'm worked up. They were attacking me. If you're to ask me, I think no one in your team understands how to manage. Whenever something terrible comes up, they protect themselves first. You cannot make progress like that. Didn't you say your goal is to develop a small app? You know that even Apple admits that Magic Crystal is a phenomenal software. Let me tell you, your problems aren't elsewhere, but within your own team.
What you said was reasonable, yes. But reason is not the only thing to consider here. We need to consider emotions as well.
What emotions? You have to learn from the past.
Before you joined Magic Crystal, they devoted a lot just to make this project happen, and I'm really grateful for their hard work. You're hurting a lot of people by talking like that.
Do you think there's nothing wrong with your team?
Of course there's something wrong with it. But we can discuss those things without fighting. We don't always see eye to eye on everything. We raise our hands to decide.
That's a very silly thing to do now. There are certain rules to raising hands too. It depends on how big your shares are or whether someone has the right to vote. If someone's qualified to participate in board meetings, or if you've shared your interests with others. There are strict rules regarding who'll be in charge of technical and financial matters. If you think you can make Magic Crystal successful by managing the company this way, then you must think Western School of Management is a joke. Guo Xinnian, don't you feel that whatever you want to push forward, no matter how right they are in hindsight, it's always an uphill climb during discussion? You are the chief shareholder. Aren't you tired you have to defend yourself against them every time you want to make a decision?
That is why it's called democracy, Wendy.
Do you really think so? It's more like asking children to raise their hands if they want candy. This is not democracy. This is a big joke. Guo Xinnian! You have to admit I'm right about this!
Oh, things are not going well?
You know very well how annoying lawsuits can be.
What is wrong with Apple? I thought they were out already.
They betrayed us for benefits. Magic Crystal had an upgrade. Their downloads increased. The App Store organized a team of lawyers to defend their decision to keep it in the App Store. I've already talked to my partners. When the Magic Crystal case is over, I swear I'll sue the App Store as well.
Don't act on impulses. Actually, it's not that simple. If something has happened, there must be a reason for it. There's always a clue. Don't get fooled by appearances. You must find the root cause of this, and then you fight back.
What do you mean by root cause?
I think you should be alert. If they refuse to kick them out and they manage a successful upgrade, then this is serious. Someone and some funds must be supporting them. What's crucial is not to destroy your opponent right away. This is like hunting. You must chase him endlessly first, so that he is out of energy. Run him dry. Disrupt the order within them. Then you will secure your success before the final judgment. Don't exert too much effort on the lawsuit. That would be giving your opponent a chance to breathe.
Dad, who are these people? Why are we spending all these efforts?
I don't think they're easy. Based on what's happening, someone powerful is behind them.
Honestly, I wonder why I'm bothered about this one. Why am I wasting my time fighting these poor bastards? They don't do what they preach, and that's what makes this more frustrating. I'm a bit tired. I want to quit.
If you had said that earlier, it would have saved me a lot of trouble. We don't have options right now. You are my son. If you are defeated, that makes it my defeat. Perhaps you should stay here and take a few days off.
I was just telling you, Dad. I can manage it.
Come over here. Listen to me very closely, all right?
I decided to hold a meeting here. One tends to get pessimistic being stuck in the office. We need some fresh air for us to be inspired. I know that each of you has made great contributions to Magic Crystal. However, that was already in the past. We cannot use that to justify our status. We also can't decide the company's future based on our personal preferences. Yang, for instance. She was talking about boob jobs in a shareholders meeting. I think that's ridiculous. The time has come where Magic Crystal must make some changes. We must adjust the structure of the shareholders.
This is a major decision. I believe Luca and Yang should both be here.
I agree.
They're the smallest shareholders. I believe we should tell this to major shareholders like you. And by the way, this is also Guo Xinnian's idea for the company.
Wanti, you can only represent yourself. Since you are open with us, let's have an open discussion, no conspiracies. Just let us know what your plans are and we will listen.
Fine. I believe Magic Crystal used to be a small workshop that is solely dependent on technical expertise of people. In order to get further development, we should follow management guidelines. Now, those who have technical expertise must be dropped. We will redesign our company's framework starting from that. We should hire a professional manager as our CEO. Shares and options of staff should be redistributed from now on, based on contributions. Only major shareholders have decision power. If minor shareholders disagree, my advice is to buy back their shares and then let them go. It's a common practice in the business world.
You're talking about professional managers and also CEOs. I understand what the common practices are, but it was a small workshop that hatched Magic Crystal. We definitely know what the best way is for it to survive.
Wanti, to be honest, there is no need to blind us with concepts. I only joined Magic Crystal because I like the team. I admire them all. If you wanted to transform it into the foreign conglomerates that I used to work at, where everything is emotionless, where there's no human touch, where it's all work and no play, I might as well just go back and manage my own cafe.
Guo Xinnian, what can you say about that?
I haven't decided yet.
Wu Yunsheng's money, whether it's 40 million or 4 yuan, you should welcome it with open arms, okay? This is a form of support to him. Also, make sure he gets ample shares.
Don't worry, Dad.
In my generation, whether it's playing card or chess, your opponents are always right next to you. You can observe and study them so you can gain advantage from it. I know that you guys grew up playing video games. You only know how to shoot people with machine guns.
We are not in Syria. I won't use machine guns against them.
Do you really want to go back now? At least stay for dinner.
I should go.
Go ahead.
Uncle Dom?
Guo Xinnian, I need to talk to you about something.
About what?
I want to give you back the 5% of shares you gave me.
What is up with you? I gave them to you as a gift. Why are you giving them back?
All right. It's fine if you don't want them. I cannot take them for granted. I'll make a contribution. I want to deserve the shares that I have.
What do you want now?
I want to be clear.
Clear about what?
First of all, Yang wants money, right? Let her have it. Buy the existing shares from her and Luca. Put Luca in charge of technical maintenance and new tech development. Second, Xu Jiayang and Gao Di don't want to sell. Fine. They don't have management experience anyway. There's no need to involve them. They only need to attend the shareholders meeting once a year. And third, we need to give shares to Li Bentang and also to Huace. We also need to talk to Rothes and also to Wo Yinsheng. After rounds of financing, they should have very few shares left. I will take care of this for you. I'll make sure your shares won't decrease and that they'll be kicked out of the game.
就幸好